Hi, I'm Reed Ellingson, and you're watching Cat Chat.
Welcome to Cat Chat, brought to you by Vangos. Alongside Sean Kelly, I'm Pete Francis. We've got a great show for you today. Justin Florek will be our guest. But first, Sean, the NMU hockey team had a huge weekend, and it started with a dramatic win Friday night.
That's right, Pete. When we last left you here on Cat Chat, the Wildcats were tied for 4th place. Over winter break, they had a thrilling 6-2 win over Tech. They went to Denver and played some inspired hockey against the Pioneers. They lost the game and tied. And then they had 2 deflating losses at home against Notre Dame, including an 8-1 loss that sent them down to 8th place in the standings. So now coming into this weekend, you could say it was the biggest series of the year for the Wildcats. And boy, did they perform very well at the Barry in front of their home crowd. Friday night, it was scoreless into the third when Ferris took the 1-0 lead with about 3:45 to go. Northern would answer back less than 2 minutes later with a goal from Justin Florek to send it to overtime. And Jared Brown, a guy we have not heard much from this season, he won in overtime for the Cats with the assist of Tyler Grahn.
All right. Well, we were at Saturday's game, so let's take you there.
NMU looking to pick up their first series sweep of the new year. We'll get things started in the first period as Andrew Turnichan's shot is blocked, but he puts it in on the rebound, and it's 1-0 Cats. Still in the first, it's Justin Florek with his 10th goal of the season, and NMU extends the lead to 2. But back comes Ferris in the second as the Wildcats turn the puck over, and Aaron Schmidt capitalizes to bring the Bulldogs within 1. In the third period, with under 2 minutes to play, it's Wade Epp from near the blue line as he puts in the insurance goal, and the Wildcats pick up the win 3-1 and get the series sweep. Here's Reed Ellingson and Justin Florek after the game.
It was huge, especially it's a tight race right now from 4th through 8th, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're all pretty close with points, and to get those 2 wins is huge.
Now, the last couple of years, the teams traditionally came on really strong in the second half. Do you think this is the jump start to that?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's for some reason been our signature, and you know, we look forward to that. And last night was big. I mean, we looked kind of down and out with that when we got scored on late, but we came back and guys showed adversity, and I think that may be the trigger point, and hopefully we can get it rolling from here.
We had 2 weeks of practice, so you know, we've been working a lot on conditioning for third periods like that. And I think it really paid off in last night's game, you know, the last minute goal and then the overtime win. And, you know, again tonight, you know, squeaking that one out. So I think endurance is probably the biggest thing that we gained over this past 2 weeks.
Huge sweep, Sean, as the Cats jumped up 4 places in the standings.
That's right. As I said earlier, it was a big weekend for the Cats. They really needed these wins. And now, essentially, they control their own destiny for a 5th or 4th place seed here. You look at the standings, Northern has 29 points, which is tied with Ferris. Western, Ohio State, and Alaska are all grouped together right there from 5th to 8th. And it's going to be a great last 4 weeks here as the CCHA winds down.
Yeah, talk about the play of Reed Ellingson. He was really in the zone this weekend.
That's right. Ellingson, you know, they've been kind of rotating Carew and Ellingson. Ellingson got both starts this weekend. He had 31 saves Friday night, 32 saves Saturday night, and for the season now, he has 7 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. But if you look deeper into the numbers, he has a 2.47 goals against average and an even better save percentage at .922%, which is good for 15th in the country.
Now, next up, Sean, the team travels to Kalamazoo for a series with a much-improved Western team. What will be the keys to this series? That's
right. Western is much improved. They're kind of the surprise of the CCHA right now. Last time they played them, Northern got a win, and they lost in a shootout. So they did get 4 points, on the weekend. So going into Western, you look at their games. If they can win one, they'll own the tiebreaker against Western, which is really important. But having said that, I think they do need a full 6 points on the weekend. Last time they played, the Cats had 13 penalties. And if you do that against Western in their own house, I think Western's power play is going to capitalize. So they have to stay out of the box. Also, you have to look to continue from getting offense from Tyler Grahn and Justin Florek. They're both on fire right now, so the Cats need to continue their offense.
Yeah, let's hope they can do that. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be joined by Justin Florek. Don't go anywhere.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
I just saved $44 on 3 of my family's medications with the MKS Prescription Saving Card.
Stop into your nearby Snyder Drug and start saving with the MKS Prescription Savings Plan.
Hey Wildcat fans, for the latest news, updates, and online exclusives, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/NMU CatChat.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Justin Florek. Justin, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot for having me.
All right, huge sweep as far as the standings are concerned. Do you think this is the series that will jumpstart a strong second half finish?
Obviously, we hope so, but we just need to keep the momentum going into next weekend's games against Western. It was a great weekend for us, squeaked 2 wins out there, but we're obviously happy with that, and, we look to carry that forward.
Yeah, a trip to Western is up next. What do you guys need to do to keep this momentum going?
Just continue to work in practice every day, improve, work on defensive zone, obviously, from this weekend. That was something we were lacking, I feel like, and just come in, every day with a great attitude in practice and, look forward to the weekend.
All right, well, after losing a lot of talent from last year's NCAA tournament team, you guys also brought a lot of talent back, plus you have a solid freshman class. What sorts of expectations did the team have for this season?
It was hard for us to kind of tell, and judge, who was coming in and who wasn't and what was going to happen there. So we all just had to come in with an open mind, I think is the best way to describe it. We had a great freshman class come in. We've been plagued with a couple injuries this season, but I think we responded really well, and we're starting to hit our stride here.
Yeah. Now, you're from Marquette. How much does it mean to you to play your college hockey at home?
Oh, it's great. I always watched the Wildcats growing up for as long as I can remember, going to games, even at the Lakeview and now the Barry, and just something I can't really describe. You just have to be out there and do it yourself. It's awesome. Now,
you were drafted by the Boston Bruins this summer, and you got a chance to play in their development camp. What was that experience like for you?
It was great to play with some of the best players in the world, basically, and I think I've played with 3 of those guys now are playing in the NHL. It just was a great experience to be in there and be in an organization like that as the Boston Bruins. They're a great organization, and just to get a feel for pro hockey and what I have to look forward to.
Yeah, is there anything you've taken from that experience that you think you've added to your game now?
Yeah, I think from the camp I noticed that a lot of the guys there play with a lot more confidence than what I was used to. So I'm trying to translate that into my game and have more confidence with the puck.
All right, it's time for 5 random questions. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Favorite pro sports team?
Well, I had to wear my shirt today because the Packers won. The Green Bay Packers.
That's right. Best team in the NFL. Gonna win the Super Bowl. All right, favorite movie?
Happy Gilmore.
All right, best arena to play in other than the Barry?
That's a tough one. I really had a good time when we played in Wisconsin my freshman year when we swept them there, so that was a great arena to play in.
Yeah, great series too. Best player you've ever competed against?
It's a pretty tough one. Back when I was, I think, 15 years old, I played against a team from Ontario. They had Steve Stamkos and John Tavares, so those 2 guys are probably up there.
All right, and the last question, describe yourself as a player in 1 word.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. 1 word, I'd probably have to put it at work. I think I have a great work ethic, and that's what I pride my game in, on and off the ice, and it's probably 1 word that describes me.
All right, Justin, thanks a lot for coming on the show, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's Justin Florek. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Bryce Burge will join me to discuss the latest on the NMU basketball teams. Stay with us.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference. Can't make the big game? Well, Cat Chat's got you covered with live updates from NMU home games on Twitter. Follow us today at twitter.com/NMUCatChat.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Bryce Burge to talk some NMU hoops. And Bryce, it was a tough weekend for both the men and the women. We'll start with the men. What happened?
You know what? Honestly, it was just a tough game for both of them. First, you lost at number 18 Grand Valley by a score of 72-60. The Lakers were in control the entire game despite 4 Wildcats in double digits. On Saturday, the Wildcats lost a lot closer of a game, again on the road at Ferris State this time. Justin Keenan, who was the preseason GLIAC Player of the Year for the Bulldogs, got held in check earlier this year when we played them, but he scored 31 points and 10 rebounds for the double-double, and more importantly, he held Jared Benson to only 5 points for the game, and that was the big difference.
Now, coming down the stretch, Bryce, what does the team need to do to finish the season strong?
Well, they need to get some better play from their guards. Benson, Mylan Murphy, and Matthew Craggs have done a pretty good job so far in the front court, but they can't do it all themselves. With McElroy gone, you've got Martin Gross, who's gone 26 of 79 from three-point range this season. You got Matt Everson, who's a freshman who had a pretty good non-conference schedule, but he's been coming off the bench now for the GLIAC part of the schedule. And Chris Paquin, who has been kind of caught off guard being overexcited on the defensive side. And this is just not the right kind of play. These guys plus DeAndre Taylor, who's had a good job of being a part of plays but not creating them, is going to be the difference to see whether this team can make a last-second push.
Yeah, Bryce, and now it was a very rough weekend for the women as well.
Yes, they just can't score on the road. This has been the second, well, there was a lot of hope for them last weekend after scoring so many points at home, but then they scored 45 in a loss to Grand Valley and 44 in a loss to Ferris State. They're the second to last shooting team in the conference. They just can't do it if they're going to shoot 32% for the weekend from the floor, and that's just their biggest problem.
Yeah, now after these losses, the women are now in last place in the GLIAC North. Does this team still have a shot at the GLIAC playoffs?
It does, but a couple of the highest seeds have already gone away. But what they need to do is to make sure that they win every home game and every game against the GLIAC South. The GLIAC South is the weaker division by far. With the exception of Ashland and Finlay, they're a team of nothing better than 500s. So if they do that starting off this week at home versus Hillsdale, a team that is one game above 500 right now, they can go in and they can start a solid pace to get going before they go on a road trip down to Detroit. And if they can do that, split with Northwood, and beat Ashland on Senior Day, they can go and probably get around that 7th seed.
Well, let's hope they finish strong. Now, Bryce, I understand there's some big news from the track and field team.
Yes, Bailey Franklin qualified for the Indoor Track and Field Nationals in the high jump with a 5-foot 8.5-inch jump. And also Jamie Roberts has provisionally qualified for nationals with a pole vault of 12-foot 2.5 inches. She needs 7.5 more inches to be an automatic qualifier, but it's still early in the indoor track season.
All right, great. Well, that'll wrap up this week's edition of the show. Make sure to tune in next week as we'll be joined by NMU President Les Wong. You will not want to miss that. For Bryce Burge and the entire Cat Chat crew, I'm Pete Francis. Until next time, go Cats.